Hey everyone, thank you so much for having me. I've got about 10 minutes to share my story today. So my name's Andy Trieu. I'm a TV host and producer, and I've been working in this field for the last 12 years about. How I got into it was back in 2003. I started an engineering degree and an Asian studies degree. I eventually dropped out of engineering and did commerce and Asian studies. But during that period, I competed in martial arts from 2005 to 2009 and competed on a national and world stage. I was fortunate enough to win 4 national titles and compete overseas, and that got me in the door to do stunt work. So I started in stunt work back in 2010, doing fight choreography, wire work, and working on projects with talent from Circus Olay. And I eventually got on my first movie, which was called Wolverine, back in 2010 with Hugh Jackman. Did stunts on that. And that landed me an agent. And once I got an agent, I started auditioning for things. By now, I couldn't really go back to my corporate job because I didn't really build up much experience in that field. So I was kind of stuck in this freelance world. So I continued to go down this path, and I started doing this kind of stunt work, which I'll just share my screen now to show you the type of stuff that I do. I'll just do this. Okay. Okay, what an awesome video that no one saw. Sorry, I can't show any videos today, so I'll just have to talk. Yeah, so basically it's a lot of martial arts in the video. You would have seen lots of like, I'm recreating what you would have seen in the video. Lots of fight choreography, which landed me a kids television show back in 2011. It was called Kitchen Whiz, and it was on Channel 9, and I played a Asian cooking ninja, which I thought was only going to go for 1 season. But it ended up going for 475 episodes and 7 seasons on Channel 9. It was on weekdays at 4 p.m. It was a lead in for the news. And my job on that show was to be this kitchen ninja, this crazy. Didn't really talk. I judged the foods. Lots of schools would come on. So those afternoon game shows, and I would make foods that the kids had to replicate. And we had guests from MasterChef on and all that jazz. Anyway, yeah, so the show went on for 7 seasons, a very long time. And it got me lots of PR opportunities, like being on Cleo Bachelor and all that stuff back in 2012. It was a whole new world for me. But it was really, really interesting. I was very fortunate for that opportunity. So when the show finished, I got some guest roles here and there, doing some acting work. But I eventually landed a full-time job at SBS, and I became a host of a popular show called SBS Pop Asia, which was the one-stop shop for everything Asian pop. And my job there was to interview K-pop stars. And throughout my career at SBS, I interviewed, I don't know if anyone is into K-pop here, but it's a very big genre and it's growing more and more every year. But I had the opportunity to interview stars like BTS and so many big groups, Shiny and all that jazz. Any group that would come to Australia, I would have the chance to interview them. And I traveled across the world to interview these K-pop stars for SBS. And my journey at SBS also led me on to work on projects like Eurovision, the World Cup, cycling, and also just to develop different projects all around the Asian pop space. off the back of that, I still worked in stunts. I would take leave at SBS to go and work on projects. I had the opportunity to work with Mel Gibson on Hacksaw Ridge back in 2016, and we won a SAG award for that for Best Stunt Ensemble, which was great. And recently I got my chance to work my first Marvel film back in 2020, 2021, which was Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And that was a great experience just to be able to work with some amazing talent from all across the world and have the opportunity to have Shang-Chi himself on my program. And we were able to foster a great relationship. Also, throughout my career off the back of SBS, I developed 2 TV shows, one for Channel 10 called Street Smart and one for ABC called Maximum Choppage, which was all about martial arts. Leading on to COVID, it was a quiet time for a lot of people in the creative industry, but I was poached by New South Wales Health to create content. I worked with Dr. Kerry Chant, the Premier Gladys, and more to create social content for them. So and also to announce the COVID numbers on the New South Wales Health TikTok. So that was a little stint there. And more recently, I've moved over to assist Transport for New South Wales on their social media content. And so you'll be seeing a lot of stuff there very, very soon. In terms of lessons that I've learned in my 12-year journey, I think what got me to this space, not even knowing I was going to get land a full-time job, was tons of networking. Every week I would go out to at least 3 or 4 events and just get really spruik the TV shows and things that I was on to try and land another job. Also, from competing, I had a very competitive mindset. So for me, I worked really hard to always try win and to try and land the next show or land the next role, and do my best within my career at SBS. And sounds a bit cliche, but the last lesson would be I just kind of followed what I liked to do. Like if it was an artist that I really liked, I would really pursue that. If it's a project like in terms of action and martial arts that I really, really wanted to be on, I just did everything within my power to get on that. So, and I always just kind of created content that I found enjoyable, that I would laugh at. So I just really followed exactly what I wanted to do, I guess. Yeah, but that's basically me in a nutshell. Kind of sounds a bit weird just talking to myself for a bit. I was going to say if anyone has any questions, but I guess you can't talk back to me. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell. If anyone wants to hear more or would like some advice in getting into the creative space, feel free to reach out on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. I'm under Andy Trieu. And stay tuned. I've got a brand new show coming out. It's all about Asian pop and K-pop. It's a very big space, so stay tuned. Yeah, thanks very much.